We're here today to launch the Australian Beef Sustainability Framework's annual update. Excitingly, for the last 12 months, some of the key highlights are a 58% reduction in CO2 emissions based on a 2005 baseline. And we've also seen a 79% measure of ground cover across our natural resource management regions. And that's on September last year, so coming out of the dry season, which demonstrates climate resilient practices being employed by Australian beef producers.
The Australian Beef Sustainability Framework is so important to the beef industry because it highlights our sustainability credentials throughout the supply chain.
I'm Jenny O'Sullivan. We're farming in South Gippsland, almost the southernmost point of mainland Australia, and running a beef and sheep enterprise there. At the farm level, producers are dealing with sustainability every day. The framework's really important to beef producers because there's a lot of misinformation out there, and what we're trying to do is get actual facts about what the industry is doing across the four areas, around welfare, around environment, around people, and from an economic point of view.
So I'm here to support the producer and showcase some amazing product. Sustainable beef is really important because the consumers want to know the story behind what's happening with their product. It gives them confidence, and the Australian Beef Sustainability Framework absolutely supports that.
Sustainability is very important to us, and there's a number of different ways that we manage that or build that into our management decisions. Today's beef, when you could tell cutting through that lovely piece of short rib that Glenn Flood prepared, that lovely yellow, creamy, flavoursome fat, a real particular trait of grass-fed beef. That really clean, nice, a real broad flavour, you could call it, and that's typically from grass pastures. And look, those particular cattle that meat come from have come out of a growing season, so they've had a good life. Yeah, had a great life.
I think the opportunities are raising awareness of the framework and bringing in more data, because the more data that we have, the better that we can tell our sustainable story of the beef supply chain, because we have a great story to tell.